is Stephanie Robbins, and I'm with Robbins Interactive, and we specialize in influencer outreach and onboarding. And I've been in affiliate marketing for about 9 years and online marketing for 20 plus. So that means I started doing marketing right when online marketing kind of came into existence, not to date myself, but it gives you a little background. And I have been passionate about influencer/content marketing, depending on what year you were talking about it, from the beginning, because I always have seen the value that influencers can have for a brand in not just increasing sales, but increasing the equity. So with this passion, about 3 or 4 years ago, I remember I had this "I had a dream" speech, which was that I hoped one day that PR and affiliate would merge. And that's essentially what I've been doing, which is monetizing influencers through affiliate marketing and walking them through that. And it's been really neat watching the evolution of what we used to refer to as mommy bloggers to influencers, and influencers being taken very seriously as professionals, as they should be. And the influencers have been evolving, and so has the business. And as it evolves, more and more brands are focusing on increasing revenue. So while this presentation is transitioning from a sponsored post to an affiliate post, I also want you to keep in mind this is probably good for all the posts, because more and more we're seeing where the views and the shares and the likes are all awesome and it makes the brand feel really good. But in the end, if you want a long-term relationship, they need to see the increased revenue. So before I get started too much, if you can give me a show of hand if you are an influencer or a blogger. Okay, great. And then, or if you're a manager. Okay, and then we have a couple unidentified. Okay, well, I'm gonna go, it looks like we still have more influencers, so I'm gonna go with that focus, but from the management standpoint, this presentation, you can see how I take influencers and help them transition into the affiliate marketing. Because what happens all the time is I meet a great influencer, especially if they're not at an affiliate summit, but they're more at like a niche summit, like just a heads up, I work with hippie bloggers, so I get to go to like Vegan Fest and things like that. And they always come and tell me, yeah, we love your brand, but I tried affiliate marketing and affiliate marketing didn't work. And that breaks my heart, because chances are it wasn't affiliate marketing's problem. It was either A, they weren't ready, they didn't have the followers or the engagement, or B, which is most likely, they just didn't know how to transition from the sponsored post, traditional brand ambassador relationship to affiliate marketing. Because really, they're the same thing. The only difference is with affiliate marketing, we both have skin in the game. So the brand obviously, will pay for the services, but it's only based on cost for performance versus just for the work. And if you work with a good manager, you'll see that you can make more as an affiliate versus a sponsored post. And we're gonna go into that. So let's get started. So it's always about you. As the influencer, it's always about you. And never forget that, whether you're doing a sponsored post or you're doing a Facebook Live or you're a brand ambassador. The reason the brand wants to work with you is because they have a personal relationship with you that thinks that they will be cooler by association with you. And the reason why the consumer is going to click is because they have a personal relationship with you and they trust you. So never lose sight of that. Never lose your credibility, authenticity. And I even say when it's all about you, I'm sure if you've been to any sessions you've heard, the FTC acronym, which is the legal aspect of this, is don't forget to tell your consumers that it's all about you too, and that you're doing this in order to continue providing the services. So when you do an FTC, be really straight up, like, hey, if you click on these links, it allows me to keep providing you these services. Don't be shy about it. It's about you. That's why they want to read this post. They're engaged in you and they want you to be successful. If you're a small influencer, they want to see you grow. If you're a larger influencer, they want to continue to be part of your success. So don't be shy about that from the very beginning. They want to hear your opinion. When you're writing your post, don't shift your tone and flow because it's an affiliate post versus one of your standard posts. They're looking for you to be sincere. They like you because you're sincere. So continue to do that no matter what marketing revenue monetization you're doing. So I'm going to start off with why brands want to work with you, because I think it's important to keep this in mind when you're creating an affiliate post. Always know why they want to work with you so you can have that long-term relationship. And understanding why they want to work with you will help you position your post so that it converts more. So obviously it's trust. So a long time ago, probably just really realistically a few years ago, consumers stopped trusting brands, right? We used to always take what they said, 100% truth, and now it's the exact opposite. And brands are really aware of this. Consumers don't trust brands, but they trust you. They trust influencers. They're on your site because they trust you. So always keep that in mind. That is your greatest asset. That is the number one reason why an affiliate manager is going to want to work with you or a marketing manager is going to want to work with you, is because the consumer trusts you. So whatever post you do, make sure you're never betraying that trust, that you reflect the brand. I talked about this earlier. Whenever I recruit an affiliate, I always think, okay, what's going to happen if the CEO looks at this post? And if I think I'm going to get a phone call from the CEO, I better have a good explanation or a great job, right? That is exactly how the brand is always looking at it. You're reflecting the brand. We're cool by association. If you are changing your tone, you're not really keeping your end of the bargain. We want to work with you because you have that fun or serious or frugal, whatever your followers are looking for. So keep that consistent. And it's to increase revenue. Whether it's brand ambassador, affiliate marketing, or a sponsored post, the end goal is always to increase the revenue. Maybe they're tracking the views and the shares and the likes, but the goal is that's going to make more loyal customers and increase the revenue. So when you're doing with affiliate marketing, it's just kind of more out there in the open. Like, you know exactly what's expected of you, and that's to increase revenue. And you want to make sure that your posts reflect that. Why do you want to work with brands?
So I brought this up because I did a little Google search on influencer checklists, and I was really surprised to see that it was a one-way street, that there were only checklists for brands selecting influencers. So I'm going to preface this by saying I'm a little bit of a fanatic about checklists. Like, I have checklists for camping trips, for getting my kids out to school. I'm a little over the top, so bear with me. But I really believe that every influencer should have a checklist before they even start engaging with brands, where you decide ahead of time, what is it going to take for me to want to work with this brand? Where you're kind of looking at the reverse versus the brands working with me. So I want you to know and think on that first thing on the list is we're back to that trust issue. And that is, do you trust the brand to deliver to your followers? If the answer is, I'm not so sure, it's not a good fit. But I want to take it another level deep. Do you trust the contact for that brand to deliver for you, to provide you the education that you need to be successful, to help you with that post so that it is a good converting post, to make sure that you're successful, because that could be the difference between running a successful affiliate campaign or not. Also, with your contact, are they working with you to make sure you have fair compensation? Is it a two-way conversation? Are they just saying, hey, I'm giving you free products and this is where you get the commission? Or are they saying, hey, I see that you charge X amount for sponsored posts. This is how you're going to get there through affiliate marketing. That's a brand that you want to work with. And you guys have a lot of opportunities and a lot of brands to work with. So if you're working with a brand and you see that you're not getting any responses, there's no way to communicate with them, and their commission structure is frankly confusing. Like, it has to be a full moon with a certain angle at a certain time of day for you to get credit on those 3 products. And the rest of the products they buy, you're not going to get credit. Well, then guess what? Affiliate marketing isn't going to be successful in that way. So you really want to make sure that you trust not just the brand, but the individual that you're working with. Does it help your followers? A lot of times you guys get so many emails, influencers get so many emails on great products that you might even be really excited about and want. But if it doesn't answer that question, does it help your followers? Does it solve a problem? Whether that is, to have an affordable vacation, to create a great meal, to look more attractive, to look more like you. If that's not what your blog's about and it's not helping your followers, it's not going to convert. So when I see people stray too far away from what they talk about with affiliate posts, then I see people that don't convert, right? So you really want to make sure, like, how is this product going to help my followers? Because that's when they're going to click on that link, especially if you tell them clicking on that link helps you. And passion. This is one that is very close to my heart. A few years ago, I decided to transition all my clients to health and wellness. And the reason is I am really passionate about health and wellness. In fact, I have like 3 green juices and a bunch of crazy charcoal pills right here, okay? So it's like my thing. And the thing is I am better at it. I am better at my job because I am passionate about it. And the same goes for you. It's gonna be easier to sell, right? Like I could totally sell green juices on Vegas Strip. Okay, I might have to dress up like a chipmunk, but I totally could rock it because I'm passionate about it and I'm knowledgeable about it, okay? So you have to have both. And if you don't have all the knowledge on the product, that goes back to number 1, that you have a contact that's gonna tell you, hey, when people are buying my product, these are the questions that they ask, so make sure you have the answer. The biggest obstacle to conversion is this. If they're not telling you that in a campaign asset page, you're kind of being hindered and you're not gonna be as successful. So you wanna make sure you have all those things. And then here's the big one, it keeps you in business. Blogging is incredibly time consuming and it costs money, hosting and backups. You need to make sure that you're going to work with brands that convert, so it keeps you in business. And free product is not going to keep you in business. It's cool, but it's not gonna keep the lights on. So you wanna make sure you have all these aspects in there. And then what I recommend, the best, and they were talking about this in the last session, the highest converting sites are the niche sites. And as I kind of mentioned, I have the hippies, right? So a lot of my affiliates have a separate checklist that's very specific to your niche. And they have their own things of like, what would my followers want and what are the requirements? So I might have somebody who's really focused on leaving a small carbon footprint, right? And they're like completely green, like there's no plastic like even in their yard, right? But they also know that their followers are new to it. So while they may not buy the BPA-free plastic or whatever is in their focus, they know that that's a step up for the new person. So they have that separate checklist really with the followers in mind and their business objective in mind. And that's how they remain credibility, they have trust, they're solving a problem, and that creates the desire to like click and make a sale right away. All right, so if you're not into the big checklists, because my husband thinks I'm a freak, so there may be some of you out there and you just want to keep it, clean. I have to do my 1980s Indiana Jones reference. Choose wisely or your website could turn to dust. Okay, maybe not the dramatic, but you get the idea. So 3 things to always think about. Can I speak authentically to it? Does it speak to my followers? And here's the last one that I'm throwing in here. Is it the right price point? So affiliate marketing, one of the greatest challenges and most talked about things with influencers is where influencers are on the sales funnel, in the sales cycle, right? Like typically the influencers in the beginning, and then you have these people on the tail end that could take away your sale. Well, you want them to click right away. You want that impulse buy. If it's a huge, HDTV or electronics where it's a lot of research and they're starting with you on a comparison, you're probably in the beginning, and then they might even like go to the store and purchase it. So that might not be the best affiliate program for you. But if it's a price point where it could be an impulse buy, you're gonna get a lot more sales. So the best way for me to explain this to you is to give you an example. I worked with a fashion brand and I had a fashion affiliate and she was really into boho fashion. And we did this really adorable whole outfit with her. And it was all under $50. We did it in conjunction with a nice call to action. And she made amazing sales. She made well over a few $1,000s on that one campaign. So I thought, this is great, let's do it again. So we do it again and I tell her to pick her outfit, except this time she picks one of the higher end brands. And it's a luxury brand and it's over $200. And it's more than anything else she had posted. Okay, so she got the dress, but I think you guys know the moral of the story. She didn't get the sales, right? So if she had done the lower end, she could have bought her own $200 dress, or I would have given her the $200 dress as part of a bonus. So always think not just what you want when you're taking the product, but think, is this a price point where my users are gonna be comfortable? If I'm a travel blogger and I wanna go on a really expensive European vacation, it's probably not gonna convert well if I'm a frugal travel blogger, right? It's too different from what else you're talking about. So think about that price point. What is the price point where all my followers would be interested, could make that purchase right away, could feel comfortable with it? And make it obvious. I think one of the most common things I see is influencers get really shy about selling because they kind of feel like that, well, this is going to ruin the relationship with my followers, or I feel like a used car salesperson where I'm telling them not to, go off the lot without purchasing. And it seems to be one of the biggest obstacles. But if we go back to that trust and credibility, if you're honest with people in that upfront, even starting with the disclosure, and you're saying like, hey, I wouldn't give you this product. I wouldn't review this product. I wouldn't talk about this product unless it was something I was passionate about, then make it obvious for them to help you, right? So the bad news is not everybody's going to read your entire post. So don't just put the link at the very bottom. That's very typical with a sponsored post where you have the nice story and then at the very bottom is the links. If you only have it at the bottom, you're not going to get as many clicks and therefore you're not going to get as many conversions. So make sure it's in the top of the post, the middle of the post, and the bottom of the post. And make the links obvious. And I know, especially in our industry, this feels like kind of obnoxious. Like, hey, everybody knows that if it's a different color text, then it's a link. Well, guess what? Not everybody's in our world. So saying things like click here or shop, my top affiliates still do that. It seems obvious, but it works. Or things like purchase this specific product, or available here, or even better, available here for a limited time only, or click here to get this special sale. Don't be shy about it. Make it obvious. Make sure they know this is where you click on it. Because otherwise, a lot of us, myself included, though I try not to, open up a new tab out of habit because maybe we're not done reading that blog post or we're going to go back to it. Make sure they know that to help you and to support you, they need to click on it. Another thing about making it obvious, and this is a touchy one, is don't do giveaways with an affiliate post. I love giveaways, okay, I do. And I do giveaways with my top affiliates, but with no intention of increasing my revenue. It's great for the brand, it's great for you, it's a partnership, it's something I do with my top affiliates, but here's the mentality of the consumer. Oh my gosh, I just read about this product and it's totally awesome, and look, I could win it. They're not going to click and add in the email address and do all those things like, follow unless they think they can actually win it. So if you think you're going to win something for free, are you going to buy it? No way. You're not going to buy it. You're going to wait to see if you win it. So maybe you have this plan like, okay, I'm going to collect all this information and then I'm going to go back to them with a discount code. Okay, first of all, I may just be upset that I didn't win. Second of all, chances of you actually getting back to me are pretty slim. Right? Like if your email is going to go in, like you've just decreased the probability. Let's say it was a really great email campaign. That's a 30% chance. You had them at 100% on the blog post. So don't do giveaways. Make it obvious that you want them to click on the link. Once you do a giveaway, they're confused. Does she want me to click on the link or does she want me to do all these like click, likes, pin, email address, newsletter stuff? All right, make it easy. This is mainly referring to product direct links. If you are promoting a specific product, which I hope you are, because people don't buy brands, they buy products and services, don't send them to the homepage. Send them exactly to where they need to go. So this is a great example of, and I'm drawing a blank on the website, but it's a carnivore website. Clearly not mine, because I already told you I deal with hippies and vegans, so I'm not really pitching the meat. But it's an Idaho company, that's where I'm from, so I had to throw it in here. It's a great site. He does really well as an affiliate. He's talking about the different types of meat, and he has a direct link for porterhouse steaks, and it goes directly to that product page, which he works with an affiliate that knows how to convert, right? So they click on the buy now, and the sale is complete. Make it obvious. You know what's not obvious is when you tell your consumer or your follower to go to the brand's social media. If you have links to social media right along next to your product links or your affiliate links,
You've now decreased the probability of that person buying the sale. And this is something too that I see as kind of like, this is what we do with sponsored posts. This is what we do with ambassadors. But remember, the success of this program is going to be based on increasing revenue. And if they're going over to the social media, even if they click on the link and drop your affiliate cookie, they're going to get distracted. Because a lot of brands do just pure engagement posts, right? It's not always about sales. So now they're entering contests. Oh no, we're back into the giveaway. Or they're just engaging and reading an article, and they've lost sight of buying that product. And if they even remember, chances are they're not going to click on your link. So please don't do social media links on your affiliates. So there's my 2 big don'ts. No giveaways, no social media, and I'm sorry if I upset anyone, but you'll thank me for it later. So we can't talk about affiliate marketing without talking about passive income. And this feels like a bit of a, sharp change in this presentation, but just bear with me and you'll see how it connects. You're gonna make the most money when you push the campaigns, right? And with affiliate marketing, different from sponsored post, you're not set on how much you have to promote that brand, right? It's not like you have a contract that says, I'm gonna do 1 Facebook post, 1 Instagram post, 2 tweets, and a Facebook Live, right? You're open. So you want to make sure that you push that campaign, and that's the majority of where your money is going to come from. What you put in is what you're going to get back. The more people that see it, the more people convert. So you have your post and you promote it and you've made great money, but it's not over. You have the ability to continue to earn money. And my top earners that are content influencers who earn like $4,000 or $5,000 on my brand alone a month always have passive incomes built in to their post. So there's 2 ways, or actually there's 3 ways to think of this. One is, and now granted I work with like fashion, food, cosmetics, so this plays in really well, is the my favorites. So you get somebody new onto your site and they really like you and they believe in what you're telling them and they want to move forward on looking more like you or having more of a green lifestyle or traveling more or making these recipes. Make it easy for them on the top navigation to buy the products that you approve of, even if you're not talking about it right now. I always get like probably 10% of those top come from these passive incomes. So we may run 1 campaign a month. That's the majority, but they're constantly getting sales every week through the My Favorites and the shop page. And unlike sponsored, you don't have to pick just 1 brand. Now granted, I would love it if it was just my brand all the time, but that's not really the way it works, and I'm getting like the 5 minutes, I'm gonna start talking faster. And what I want is also for you to realize, because it's online and because it's not a sponsored post, you can go back to that post and make it evergreen. So let's say you did top New Year's skincare resolutions for 2017. You push it, you promote it, you do great with it. Once you're done actively pushing the campaign, switch that to be evergreen so that when it's 2018, it's showing up on the top list, right? Because it takes a while to rank. Switch your affiliate links, your call to actions, to either be an evergreen call to action or hopefully you have an evergreen post. Like in all my programs, we always have the biggest sale link, right? So it automatically updates, so you don't have to go back and update. But the key is you don't have to go back. What you're doing with this is you're not only creating passive income for you, but you are also getting new users who are loyal to the brand. If they're loyal to the brand and you've gone through all your little checklists, they're gonna be loyal to you. So it's optimizing, it's bringing new traffic, and it's bringing new sales. And then of course, don't forget to go back on posts that maybe weren't affiliate posts or sponsored posts and monetize those. You're already getting great traffic. Does it lend itself? Is it a recipe where it lends itself to going to cookware or to food, especially if you're dealing with like a specific type of recipe, like a paleo recipe where it may be hard to find, grass-fed marrow or something like that. You're gonna get great conversions with that. All right, so I'm cutting it close on time and I want to leave time for questions. So I just want to give this quick summary of the things that you have to think of each time. Pick the right brand. Tons of competition in this capitalist country that we live in. If you're not hearing back, if you're not totally sure they're going to be able to deliver, if you don't understand their compensation plan, or you don't feel like when you run the numbers that you're going to be able to meet your revenue expectations, pick another brand. Be true to yourself, no matter how good the compensation plan is or how great that product is. If it doesn't fit with your audience, it's not going to sell and you could lose credibility. Make it obvious. Think of that sales funnel. How is it going to be easiest for them to purchase? Don't add distractions. Don't make them look for it, right? If the promotion that you're promoting happens to be on the homepage, great, go to the homepage. But most of the time, what sells the most is a very specific product. So even if it's a site-wide sale, you really want to sell that particular product to get the greatest conversions. And give them a reason to buy now. And maybe that reason is to help support you, or it's a call to action with a sale, or a supplies runs out. But give them a reason to buy. It could be, this is great for this season, or this is great for this holiday, or it's, in another session they have the fake holidays. That's another great reason to buy. But make sure there's a solid call to action that they want to buy now, because the last thing you want to do is for them to click on somebody else's site and buy. So I think I just made it. I'm a little over, and I'd like to open it up for questions if anyone has any questions. No one? Hopefully it's because I was so thorough. Yes.
So you mentioned the niche blogs tend to do the best.
Yes.
Successful. What advice would you give to those of us more lifestyle blogs who cover several niches? I know there's probably a lot to respond to that, but
Yes.
basic tips for us. We're struggling with that because we do have such a wide range of content.
My guess is you have a niche. You just might not be thinking of it as a niche, right? Because unless you're like a conglomerate like scarymommy.com, like your niche could be moms that swear. You know what I mean? Or your audience, right? Your audience, if you're a lifestyle blogger, is different than another lifestyles blogger. So maybe your niche is that you're really approachable and you're a stay-at-home mom and you know what stay-at-home moms want. Or your niche is that you live in a tropical climate and you're kind of working with people that are in that lifestyle or want to be in that lifestyle. The obvious niches are like, paleo, green, those type of things. But I find that the lifestyle bloggers do just as well, as long as they're aware that they do actually have a niche and they understand their audience. And if you're not sure what your niche is, then you need to, I'm not sure what time means. Does that mean I'm up with questions? Oh, damn it. That means that you need to talk to your audience and find out what it is. And some of that, you can look at like the products that they've purchased. Let it be audience-driven versus brand-driven, right? Because brands always want lifestyle to work with, and some brands don't necessarily do the due diligence to say like, oh, okay, even though she has a lot of followers, this isn't probably my direct audience. So talk to your audience and see which articles they're responding to more, see what things they're more likely to buy, see what they post about, and I think you'll find that you do actually have something that they're more responsive to. It could be younger kids or older kids, or career woman, doesn't necessarily have to be woman, could be surfing, anything like that. And my time is up. So I will be here if you want to ask any questions to me directly, and I'm wearing red, so I should be easier to find throughout the conference, and I hope to be able to talk to you.